Good afternoon, yogis. I'm Teresa. Thank you for coming to the mat with me this afternoon. We're going to do an afternoon yoga flow. I'm in Georgia on a beautiful deck in the hills. It's an awesome experience. So much gratitude today. We're going to start today with setting an intention for our yoga practice. Mine is to listen to my heart. Your heart speaks to you, and if we listen to the softness and the sounds that our heart makes, it can actually heal us and help us and love us back to the authentic person we're truly supposed to be in life. As we get started this afternoon, we're just going to come into a tabletop, rock around. Find some breath, some deep inhales, exhale. Now I want you to move around, get some of your own flow going. Find what feels good, move from side to side. Let's just let the day go for a minute. I like to think of when I get on my mat, I'm hitting my reset button. Anything that's come up through my day, I just kind of let it go right here. Now push back into a hero pose, come back up, roll out on your wrist if that feels good. Let's set an intention for ourselves today. Listen to our heart, or just simply be more authentic. Lead with love and kindness throughout your day. Let's start by inhaling. Take your gaze towards the sky and exhaling. Let it go. Allow this cat-cow flow to move through your breath. 2 more wherever you are. Good job. Now reset in tabletop. We're going to curl our toes under and we're going to stretch up into a downward dog. And we're going to pedal it out by dropping your head down in between your shoulders. And breathing deep. Take baby steps all the way to the front of your mat. Your feet are hip width apart. You're going to come into a forward fold, letting your head just hang. It's more about decompressing the spine here. You can interlock your arms. You can sway from right to left, finding what feels good here. We're going to come up halfway and drop it back down. Bend your knees, root to rise, all the way tall. Bring your arms all the way to the sky. Pointing mudra. Let's point some of that negative energy away. We're going to take our fold all the way over to the right. Just lean into that. Feel that side body stretch all the way up your left side. Come back up tall, strong. Lean over to the left. And breathe. No holding your breath here. Come back up tall. Release your fingertips down by your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your hands all the way to the sky. Forward fold. Come up halfway. Bend your knees. Bring your arms up. Sitting in an imaginary chair, Utkatasana chair pose. Now we're going to take it a little bit further. You got this. Bring your hands down to prayer, Andale Mudra. Then we're going to twist our torso over to the right side, bringing our left elbow on the right outer edge of our right knee, and we're going to pull our torso around and turn into this, twisting into this chair. And if that was a lot going on just in chair, stay there for 2 breaths. Now you can release out of this, come back up, Utkatasana, then come all the way up to standing pose, Tadasana. Good job. Bring your hands all the way up. And then forward fold. Let it go all the way down. Good job. Come up halfway. Bring your hands to the mat. Bring your feet back to plank. Now you can bring your knees down here and modify. Find your edge today. If plank is too much, and these are body building, strength building poses, then drop your knees. Be present, okay? We're going to come down as slow as we can. Belly flops are welcome. Toes to touch. Bring your hands out in front of you. Your elbows will be at your shoulders. We're going to come into a Sphinx Variation. Make sure you can push up on your elbows. If you feel a twinge in your lower back, simply lengthen your space between your feet. Take your feet a little further apart. That'll take any edge off your lower spine. And if you feel like you're not getting a good stretch in this, you can push up all the way to seal. Some people's anatomy, if they feel anything in your lower lumbar, simply release back down to Sphinx. Stay present. Your body will tell you where you are. And with each pose, simply find your edge and find happiness where you are in contentment, and let's grow. Bring your hands back to your shoulder, curl your toes under, and let's challenge ourselves today. Push up to a plank. Then we're going to go all the way back up to a downward dog and pedal it out. Deep, deep inhales and exhales, and let it go. Like a lion's breath. Now drop your left foot down and plant it. Kick your right foot towards the sky. Good job. Challenge yourself here. Make sure your fingers are as wide as they can go. Distribute that weight. Bring your right foot all the way to the front. We're in low lunge here. 2 parallel lines. You can heel toe that front right foot out a little further to get stability. And then we're going to rise all the way up to crescent lunge. Sink down into this. Engage your core here. And breathe. Breathe like you love yourself. Give yourself little kisses. I know you're burning now. Embrace that. Point your fingers and spread them out and point them to the sky. One final gaze up, wherever you are. You can show your authentic heart and your truth to the sky, and then let it go all the way to the mat. Kick your right foot back, plank, or drop your knees to the mat. Simply be where you are today. Come back up to plank and come all the way down as low as you can. Good job. Now we're going to push back up. Catch your breath here. One big deep inhale. Push back up to plank. Then go back into downward dog and pedal it out. Anytime you need to rest or feel like, hey, this is a bit much, you can always go to child's pose or simply stay in downward dog and pedal it out and breathe. Find your edge today and grow. Self-care, once you find it and see the meanings for it in your life, then you realize, hey, I didn't get my 10 minutes in today on my mat. I have to go back. Kick your left leg to the sky. Be present. Bring your left foot all the way to the front of the mat. As many steps as you need to get there. Or one big step, you can heel toe that left toe out a little further. And then come up high. Crescent lunge. Spider your fingertips out as wide as you can. Embrace this. Squat down into this. And feel that burn and breathe. Open your heart up to the sky and listen to it. It speaks to you softly and gently. Now let's release all the way back down to the mat. Take that left foot back, reset. Bring your knees to the mat or bring it all the way to the mat with me and challenge yourself here. These are your bodybuilders, strength builders. Push up, baby cobra. Now take your knees as wide as the yoga mat, toes to touch, and push back into Balasana, child's pose. You can take your forehead, roll it around on the mat, open up your sinuses today, and breathe. Maintain that Ujjayi breath. Maintain that anchor, your breath. Return to it. Know that your mind quits on you before your body does. You got this. You got this. With one inhale and exhale, with each breath, one breath at a time. We'll take this journey together. Come back into tabletop. Curl your toes under. Let's meet in downward dog. And pedal it out. Drop your head down in between your shoulders. Roll up to plank. Drop your right knee down. Take your right knee out to the side of the mat. Push into your right hand and roll your left hand all the way up to the sky. Modified side plank. Now, if you don't feel a challenge here in your modified side plank, kick it out to full plank. Be where you are today and allow your yoga to grow each time you show up to the mat. Take a deep inhale, exhale here, wherever you are. One more deep breath. You got this. Challenge yourself today. Bring your left hand all the way to the mat. Bring your left foot around. All the way down. Let it go. Good job. Bring your hands to the front of the mat. Your elbows are at your shoulders. Go up to baby seal. Reverse that. And breathe. Good job, guys. You're challenging yourself. You're growing. You're giving yourself that self-care you need every day. And you're loving yourself more. Take your hands back to your shoulder. Curl your toes under. Push up to plank. Meet me in downward dog. Pedal it out. Now we're going to roll up into plank. Roll. You can drop your left knee down. Roll it out on the left side. Push into your left hand and roll up to your right all the way to the sky. modified side plank on the left side. And again, if you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can always kick that left foot out. Full side plank. Push in through that left hand. Do not drop down in that shoulder. Make sure and not collapse in that shoulder, but push in through that hand and push up and engage and grow and breathe. Make sure you're not holding your breath here. One more deep inhale, exhale. Wherever you are, you're doing great. Now release it back to the mat. All the way down. Great job. Release your toes to the mat. Bring your hands out forward. Your elbows will be parallel with your shoulders. We're going up to Sphinx. And breathe. Each inhale and exhale, we breathe in love for ourselves. And we know that our anchor has us. And that small space between stimulus and response is our growth. It's how we react in life. And we breathe. Bring your hands back to your shoulder. You got this. One more round. Curl your toes under and let's push up to another downward dog. You got this. Pedal it out. Drop your head down in between your arms. Find some stillness in your dog. Give it one big breath. Take your fingertips as wide as you can on your yoga mat. Push into your left hand and take your right hand and gently place it on your left shin, knee, or quad. Just challenge yourself today. There's a lot going on right here. Breathe into this and know you've got you. Don't collapse into that left shoulder. Push into it. Let's reset. Take a minute. Now we're going to push in through that right hand. Take that left hand and take it to your right shin, knee, or quad. Just be present and breathe. Breathe love in for yourself. You got this. Bring your hand back to the mat, reset, and pedal it out here. Push your head down, your torso down towards your lower body. One big kiss here, and roll forward into plank. Great job. Now drop your knees to the mat. Challenge yourself here today. We're going to do 3 Yogi Push-Ups. You can leave your knees on the mat here to build up strength. You can go down, come back up. We're going to do 3 of these. Or you can push up to a full plank. Be where you are today and allow yourself to grow. Come down, push it back up. Bring your knees to the mat. If that felt uncomfortable, come down, push back up. Come down again. Great job. Push back up. Be where you are today. Come back. Let's meet in hero pose and roll it out. Take your hands all the way to the left. Bring your right foot up. Kick your left foot up. Take your left hand, plant it down, and take your right hand all the way to the sky. And breathe. Good job. Take your hand back to the mat. Give it a couple of rolls right here. Great hip opener here. Drop your knee down, your left knee down. And we're going to take our right foot back and reset. Take your hands all the way to the right of your mat. Take your left foot to the front of the mat. Push in through that right hand. Kick up on that right back foot. And take your left hand all the way to the sky. Take some deep breaths here. Don't collapse into that right shoulder. Push up through it. And we breathe. Bring your left hand back down. We're going to roll around here for a minute. Open up that hip. Now, bring that foot back. We're in full plank. Let's come all the way down to our mat. Good job. Toes to touch the top. Go into Sphinx Pose. You've been here. Your hands are out forward. Your elbows are parallel with your shoulders. And we're going to push up. And take your toes a little further out in the back. And we breathe. Take your hands, push back up into a tabletop. We're going to come down to our sit bones. Set up for a little core work. Take your hands to the back of your legs. Bring them up. Never jerk into any position. We're setting up for boat. Take your hands out by your sides once you set up. Although there's a lot going on right here, you can stay here, or you can go with me. We're going to go down, come back up, come on down, come back up, come on down. Do this about 5 times. You got this. Don't hold your breath here. Anytime you need to release, just do it. It's just yoga. Come back up, reset, boat. Let's one more round. Or you can stay right here and breathe 5 breaths, or you can challenge yourself today, as I'm doing. We're challenging ourselves and we're growing. No breathing, no holding your breath. You have to breathe. Good job. Take your feet to the mat, roll it over, and let it go. And we breathe. And we know that we've got this. No matter what life hits us, we've got this. Take your feet out long. Come all the way to your back. Now we're going to set up for eye of the needle. We're going to take our right foot and gently place it above our left knee. We're going to bring it up. Once you see that eye, take your left foot to the sky, and you can bring that left quad all the way back towards you. You can rock from side to side to massage that lower spine, and we breathe. And if just staying still feels better, do that. Your body talks to you. It speaks volumes. Listen to it. I'm learning to listen closely to my heart. Now, for a deeper stretch in this, you can take your left leg out, let it hover above your mat, grab your right foot and bring it in, and we form a forklift, and we breathe. Make sure and keep your toes and your ankles engaged and pointing towards that knee. And we breathe. Reset. Bring that eye of the needle up, thread the needle. Bring that quad back to you. You can rock from side to side if that feels good. Always modify everything you do to listen to what your body tells you. Breathe deep in love for yourself and let it go. Now to go deeper into this stretch, we can drop that right foot down, hovering above our mat, and we can come into a forklift version of this pose. And breathe. Now release. Roll up to your sit bones. Your feet are out in front of you. You keep a micro bend in your knees. Come up tall and lengthen your spine. Take your fingertips as tall as you can, and then forward fold, seated forward fold. Let it go. Grab your feet, give them a little massage while you're here. Love yourself. Give it some kisses. Breathe deep. With each inhale and exhale, lengthen further into this fold. Come back up to a seated position. Come up tall with your spine, and then fold over to the right side. Take your gaze back forward. Unwind out of this. Take your spine up tall again and wrap it all the way to the other side. Now let's bring ourselves all the way back down to our mats. Give yourself a big old bear hug here. As tight as you can. Take your arms out, stadium arms. Drop your knees all the way down over to the right. Take your right hand and gently place it above your left knee. And your gaze can be over your left shoulder here. And we breathe. Take your right hand. Bring your knees back up to center. Give them one big hug. Reset. Drop them back down on the left side. And your gaze will be over your right shoulder. And your left hand can be over that right knee for a little extra hug. And deepen that stretch. And we breathe. Bring your left hand underneath your knees. Guide them back to center. We're going to take them as wide as our yoga mats. We're going to set up for our final resting corpse pose of Tadasana. Take your palms to face the sky and your toes as wide as the mat, and find a position that feels good. And just let it go. And we breathe. Stay here as long as your day allows, at least 1 to 2 minutes. Bring your hands to your third eye or to your center heart. The light in me honors and respects and loves the light in you. Thank you for showing up to the mat today. And thank you for finding your authentic truth and going through the journey of self with me and self-care. Have a beautiful rest of your day, yogis, and remember to lead with love and kindness.